Afternoon. So I cannot wait for longer time. It's already my time. So we'll start. In the last class, we have done with all this. So we have seen about select operation, project operation, and we've seen about sequence of operation and renaming. So the select operation, what the select operation will be doing is, whether the screen is visible to everyone, anybody one, anyone,
Yes,
anyone.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So the select operation, what it will do is it will select uh, rows which is required. Means it will filter out whatever you require. You can filter. So that is what the select operation will be doing. So let us take one small example. Here we have an example called as a R. So in our relation, so they have given us. They want to select those rows where A is equal to B and D is greater than 5. So those rows they want. So then start checking where A and B are same. Alpha, alpha, yes, same. Alpha, beta, no. Beta, beta, yes. Beta, beta, yes. So out of these three, how many we can select? We can select three for only for one condition, that is A equal to B. But here again we have one more condition called A is greater than 5. So what is this A is greater than 5? Again in D you check where the value is greater than 5. In this also we'll get 1, 2, 3. And third row we cannot take because it is 3. So comparing like this, only first row and the last row we can fetch. So this is what is called as a result for select operation. We have to just remember what is select. Select means selecting the rows. And we have seen this was the example, and we have seen this also. What is sigma? And we told that in department where select those rows where department number equal to 4 from the employee table, and select salary greater than 30,000 from the employee. And we have seen this also. Select the tuples who either work in the department 4 and make over 25,000 per year, or work in the department 5 and make over 30,000. So that's what here you can see. D number equal to 4 and salary greater than 25, or D number equal to 5 and salary greater than 30. From which table? From employee table. That's what this will be the result of that query. Okay, so then we have seen about the select operation is commutative. Commutative means either you do the condition first, either A equal to B first, or D is greater than 5. Any operation in any order is okay. That's what the select operation is a commutative. So then project operation. So R, this is what R is. So in project operation, what it will be done is it will select columns. So means we can filter the columns. So now in this relation we have A, B, C. These are the columns: A column, B column, and C column. I don't want B column. So then I'll write a project A, C, R. So I will get only A and C. So again in this also, if there is a repetition or duplicates, now you can see alpha 1, it is twice. Why do we require alpha 1 twice? So 1 will be removed, only 1 will be placed. So that is what a projection will be done. Then they take an example where a projection first name, last name, and salary. So we want employees first name, last name, and salary. So then first name, last name, and salary from which table? From employee table. Then select the whether it is a male or a female and a salary. So then project whether a male or a female and a salary and the employee. So this is what male or a female and the salary. So then what the project will be doing, project operation removes any duplicates. That's what we have just seen. If there are two rows, two things repeated, then it will be automatically removed. And sequence of operation, so one after the other you can do the operations. When you are doing one after the other, you can rename, you can use a command called as a rename. So now you can see either you can do it in one single step. So what is being done here, you can use project as well as select in one single, or you can split like this. One first you do select and store that in a one table with some name. So here we have given as a department 5 as employee. Then do the next operation and store it in some other value. So this is what we use sequence. Either you can do it in one single step, or you can do it step by step. So then the rename, we have just seen how do we represent it as a row. So then we have started with the relational algebra. What is union? Union means combining both the sets, R set and S set. So in this case, R union S. So start comparing alpha 1, alpha 1. So do we have? Write alpha 1. Alpha 2, yes, it is there in both. So write only one time. Beta 1, yes, write beta 1. So then check in yes, beta 3 is there, right? So all the elements which are there in both the sets you have to write. That is what is called as a R union S. Then with respect to queries, so how to write union operation? So either you can split one by one or you can combine. So that's what here. First you select the employee who is working for the department number 5. Store that in result 1. In a department employees, and in that I don't want all, I don't want everyone. I want only one column. Which column I want? I want only social security number and store it in a result 1. So then department 5. So you store it in, let us take now, I want all the employees who are working in the department MCA. So what it will select all 14 people who are there in MCA department will be taken. Okay, this will be result 1. So again in that, I want who is a HOD. That will be stored in a result 2. Then union of these two will give me the people who are working in the MCA department. That's what same like here. Result 1 will take some social security number. Result 2 will take some social security number and store them here. Next is minus or set difference. So R and S. So minus is what? So how you would have done in your mathematics, subtraction. Same way here, from where you want to subtract, elements which are there in R should be there, but which are not there in S, not to worry. So the same way you can take alpha 1, alpha 1, it's not there in S, so write alpha 1. Alpha 2, yes, it is there even in S also, so don't write. So then beta 1, it is there in R, here it is not there, so write beta 1. So this is what is called as a R minus S, or this operation is called as a difference operation. And we have seen how we are representing them. So next is intersection. So what is this intersection is doing? Common. It should be common in both the sets, in relation R as well as in relation S. In both the tables, it should be a common. So then we are calling it as a, you can just check here, alpha 2. So then alpha 2. So then it becomes a R intersection X, and this is what is called as a alpha in 2. Then what is this Cartesian product? Cartesian product is, this is R and this is S. So combine these two, then this is what is called as a R into S. So alpha 1, so alpha 1, so alpha 1 10. Combining both. So now take first row with first row of the R, S and R set. First row, second row. First row from R, third row from S. Then first row and fourth row. Like this, we take all the rows from R and all the rows from S. So then that is what is called as a Cartesian product. It is possible. Sometime you may leave. It is not compulsory that you have to take everything. It is left to us based on the requirement of your project. You can take the Cartesian product. Now let us take one example, one database, and try to see how we can write a relational algebra queries. So now take this example, branch. So this banking is on a database. In banking database, we have some tables. Here with relation, what we call it as a branch relation, customer relation, account relation, loan relation, depositor relation, and borrower relation. And in branch, so what do we say? Branch name. Again, branch city. Then assets. Then customer name, customer street, customer only. So then account number, branch name and balance. In loan number, branch name and account. Depositor, customer name, account number. And borrower, customer name and a loan number. So this is what is a banking. So in this example, we want to find all loans over 12,000. I want people who have taken a loan from a bank and their amount should be greater than 1200. So what we have to do? Select amount column should be greater than 12 from which table? From loan table. So this is a query used for writing, and what is the operation we have used? We have used a select. Okay. Similarly, find the loan number for each loan of an amount greater than 12. So here we have just told what are the amount greater than 12. Whereas in this case, we want both a loan amount and then loan number also. So then what we say, loan number means column, as well as combine this. Already we have taken who is greater than. In that we want a loan number column. So when we want column, we have to use a project. When we want a rows, we are using a select. So combined both. So in this query, they are asking loan number column and rows. How many? Which rows we want to select? We want to select greater than 1200. Then find the names of all customers who have a loan, an account, or both from the bank. Yes. So then what do we write? Both we want. We want a customer names from both account as well as a who have loan, an account, or a both from the bank. So I want both the person who is having loan as well as a account. So then we are using a union. So in the same way, find the names of all customers who have loan and an account at a bank. So it should be common. Both should be common. That is what the intersection says to us. So this is an example for the intersection. So in the same way, find the names of all customers who have a loan at a Peririch branch. So I want the people who have loan at Avalalli, something like this. So then what we write? So branch name is Peririch branch. What we want? Customer name. From which table? From borrower and loan table. So then these two columns should be matching, means it should be equal. Those employee names we want. So that's what here, the customer name. Next is find the names of all customer who have a loan at a Peririch branch but not have an account at a branch in the bank. What it says? It says that they should have a Peririch loan in a Peririch branch, but they should not have an account. So then that's what here. What we do, first select the people branch name who have a Peririch. So then check out, we have to use minus, right? First you check out who have a loan number in this part. That's what here in the last query we have done. Minus who don't have the account. That's what here, minus. So this is people both have loan and account. In that you just subtract with the account. Then we'll get the people who have only loan. So this is how you can write. The next one, find the names of all customers who have a loan at the Peririch branch. So in the Peririch branch who have a loan. So just now we have written, this is one way. One more way of writing the same query is something like this. So here what we have written, first we have combined both borrower and a loan using a Cartesian product. After combining with using a Cartesian product, from that we are just fetching out the branch name as Peririch branch. Out of that I want only one column, that is customer name. So this is how we write. Same query can be written like this also. So first do the Cartesian product from both, then find out a branch name columns where there is a Peririch branch. Then compare loan number from a borrower and loan from a loan number. From these find out the customer name. That's what is an example of query 1 and query 2. Then example query, find the largest account balance. Rename account relation as D. The query is the balance, the account. So what we use, what they have told, find the largest account balance. So now out of 51 students who has in their account more than 2 lakhs, I want that particular student's name. The same way here, how do we write? First find out which account is having the greatest amount more. So that's what here D will be doing. And we are using a rename. So rename the particular account also. So rename, because we just want to show how the rename is working. So find the balance from the account balance minus who has greater than, who has a more account, largest account. So then we are just comparing with the account which is having a greater account balance. Greater account balance, that particular thing I have to fetch here. That's what the query says to us. So next we move on to a formal definitions, how we use algebra expression. A basic expression in the algebra, relational algebra, consists of either one of the following: a relational in the database, a constant relation. Let E1 and E2 be the relational algebra expression. The following are a relational algebra expression: E1 union E2, E1 minus E2, E1 cross E2. Then what is this? Select predicate even, or we may use a project, or we may rename. So now we have just even seen natural join, division and assignment. These are the binary. So what do we mean by binary? Binary means what? Two. When we are using two tables, then we call it as a binary. So first one is a natural join. So just take an example how we do a natural join. Take a set R, take a relation S, then apply a natural join. Natural join, all the elements which are present in R, which are present in S, combine them. And repetition, let us remove them. So now start with alpha 1, alpha A, alpha 1, alpha A. How many columns we have? A, B, C, D in R, and here we have B, D, E. So then what is repetition? B and D is repetition. Then just compare the values in B and D, then find out what should be there here. So that's what is called as a natural join. So then division, we have two sets R and S. So this is R, this is S. Divide 1, 2 by all the elements in the R. So then we'll be getting only alpha and beta, because you can see 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is there in alpha. In 3 we don't have. 1 and 2 is there in beta, 1 is there, but 2 is not there. Then come rho. So then theta. So like this we start comparing and check out where we have. So beta is also having beta 1 and beta 2. So then only alpha and beta we are going to retain, and rest of them will not be there. Then that operation is called as a division operation. And we have seen how to represent this. So and assignment operator also we have seen. So now let us do with the queries. So now what is a query says to us? Find all the customer who have an account from at least the downtown and uptown branch. Query 1. So here in this case, pi, what they are saying, they want from downtown. So from where I'll get this downtown, I'll be using a natural join. Join these two and find out these rows where the branch name is equal to downtown. Then same way, check out where, same natural join, then check out where branch name is equal to uptown. After this, then use the intersection, which are all common both in these sets. Find, list out them. So that is what the all customer will be doing. Same thing can be written like this also. So next one, find all customers who have an account at all branches located in a Broccoli city. So now you can see here, depositor join with the account, then what they want, customer name and a branch name. So divide with where it should be, the branch city should be in a Broccoli. Next, we have started with checking out what is a generalized projection, what is outer join, what is aggregate function. So what is general projection? Extended the projection operation by allowing arithmetic functions to be used in the projection list. That is pi, f1, f2, etc. fn. What is E? E is a relation. E is any relational algebra expression. So each of f1, f2, etc. fn are arithmetic expression involving constants and attributes in the schema of E. So then given relational credit info, customer name, limit, credit balance, find how much more each person can spend. So then you can see pi, project operator, customer name, then limit for a credit balance. Then what is aggregate function? Sometimes we may use a aggregate function. So we may use average. I want to find out what is the average salary of a given in the BMSIT college. Then we use an inbuilt function called as average. Then I want to know who got a minimum in the DBMS test. So then I'll be using a minimum function. We have one more inbuilt function called as a maximum. So what this maximum will go, I just want to know who got a maximum in the DBMS. Then we use a max. So the same way I want to count, I want to sum and find out your test 1, test 2, test 3, out of this how much I can do. So then I may use a sum operation. Or I want to count how many people have taken a DBMS exam. So then I use a built-in function count. So aggregate operation in the relational algebra. So this is what E is, any relational algebra expression. So where G1, G2 is a list of attributes on which to group, and Fi is an aggregate function. So, and for relation E. What is E? E is a table or a relation. We'll see one by one. So before that, let me take the attendance. Asta, answer your attendance. Asta.
Present, ma'am.
Abhinav.
Present, ma'am.
Aishwarya.
Present, ma'am.
Amresh.
Yes, ma'am.
Arbaz.
Present, ma'am.
Arjun.
Ma'am, Anu, ma'am.
Yanu. Okay.
Present, ma'am.
Arbaz present. Arjun.
Present, ma'am.
Ashok.
Arbaz present, ma'am.
Yeah, Mark.
Ashok present, ma'am.
Ashok.
Arjun.
Okay.
Present,
Benita.
Present, ma'am.
Bhargavi.
Present, ma'am.
Bhavishya.
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra.
Present, ma'am.
Mark Arjun. Devmalai.
Present, ma'am.
Deepika.
Ma'am, Diksha.
Sorry, Diksha.
Present, ma'am.
Deepika. LG.
Present, ma'am.
Deepika MB.
Present, ma'am.
Deepika MB. Both are present,
Present,
right?
ma'am.
Murli Krishna.
Present, ma'am.
Gangubai. Gangubai. Bujia.
Present, ma'am.
Harshit.
Present, ma'am.
Chunjar.
Present, ma'am.
Kavya.
Present, ma'am.
Kishore. Kishore. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ದಿ ಲತಾ
Yes, ma'am.
ಮನೀಷಾ
Present, ma'am.
ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್
Yes, ma'am.
ನಯನ
Present, ma'am.
ನಿಶಾಂತ್
Present, ma'am.
ನೀಲಾಂಜನ್
Yes, ma'am.
ಪವಿತ್ರ
Present, ma'am.
ಮೈಥಿಲಿ
Present, ma'am.
ಪ್ರಿಯಾಂಕಾ
Present, ma'am.
ಪವನ್ ಆಕಾಶ್
Present, ma'am.
ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ
Present, ma'am.
ರಾಕೇಶ್ ರಮ್ಯಾ
Present, ma'am.
ರಶ್ಮಿ
Present, ma'am.
ರವಿ
Ma'am.
ರಿಜ್ವಾನ್ Rizwan, Vishal,
Present, ma'am.
Savita,
Yes, ma'am.
Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Sneha,
Yes, ma'am.
Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Srinidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Srinivas,
Present, ma'am.
Sunil,
Present, ma'am.
Vaishnavi,
Present, ma'am.
Vinny.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. So now next we move on to a aggregate function. So what is this aggregate function? In that, let us see sum. So I want to calculate sum of the column C. So I want to know what is the value for this C column sum. So calculate 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus 10. So we'll get as 25. So I want inbuilt function to use and find out what is the sum. So then I'm using G aggregate function sum C. I want sum on C. Which column? Only C. Which table or which relation? R relation. Then I'll get sum of C equals to 25. Okay. So now aggregate function, same way you can apply for the tables or relation. So let us find out relational account grouped by a branch name. So now branch name, aggregate function, what I want? Sum. I want to calculate the sum balance. For which column I want sum? I want for a balance. But how I have to do the sum? Based on the branch name. So I may have a branch, Peririch branch. And what is a leftover balance for today? So let us take in Yelahanka, Avalali, we have a branch. Allahabad Bank branch we have. I want to know Allahabad Bank, how much is the balance for at the end of the day. Similarly, I want in wherever branches, maybe Yelahanka branch, maybe Majestic branch. So in Majestic branch, what is the balance? So for that, we are using this way. So branch name, what is the aggregate function? Sum, then balance from which account? From a account. So in that case, Peririch, balance, Brinton, so then Redwood. So this is how we find out. So the aggregate operation. So then aggregate function, result of aggregation does not have the name. So you can use a rename operation to give its name. So for convenience, we permit renaming as a part of aggregate operation. So something like sum balance as I want to rename or give the name for that particular thing. Then we may say it as a sum mind balance. Next, we move on to the outer join. Outer join is what? An extension of the join operation that avoids loss of information. So computer computes the join and then adds tuple from one relation and do not match in another relation. So outer join to the result in this. So in the same way, what do we use in a null is, so null signifies that the value is unknown or does not exist. So then just take an example of the outer join. So we have a table or a relation called as a loan. So, and we have one more table called as a relation or a table as a borrower. So then I want to apply a outer join for this. So then how to apply? There are again in outer join, it is been classified as a inner join and left outer join. So what will be the result when I combine these two tables? Now in a loan table, in a loan relation, what I have? Loan number I have, branch name I have, then amount. So in a borrower table, so borrower name and a loan number. So that's what here in outer join, we have a loan number and a branch name and a amount. In the same way, in a borrower, customer name and a loan number. Then just see in an inner join loan, then inner join borrower. So just find out what is inner join is doing, what are the elements present here and what are the loan number present here and loan number present here. Inner 170, 230, 260. Here 170, 230, 155, which are common in both. So we have a 170 and 230. So that is what inner join is. Whereas in outer join, which are present in loan. So what is present in loan extra? So extra present is 260. Along with these two, 260 will be added when you add a left outer join. That's what you can see here. So one inner join means it is similar like your intersection. So which are common in both loan as well as borrower table, you are combining. Whereas in left outer join, what we do, along with intersection, other leftover elements in the loan relation has to be displayed. So that's what here 170, 230 and 260. So that is what is a outer join will be doing. Okay, then same way, right outer join means what? I want all the elements which are present in borrower table. In the other left outer join, all the elements which are present in loan we have taken. Now, right outer join which are present in the borrower will be there. So, in the borrower, 117, 230 is intersection. And elements which are present in borrower is L155. In full outer join, all four rows, one was 170, 230, 155 and one more was 250, right? 260. All four will be there in full outer join. So that's what here loan and full outer join, you're getting the result. In the same way, null value. Sometimes if I may, that's what, let me say, I don't know your phone numbers. I don't know all 51's phone number. Then what I have to do? Then I can enter it as a null value. So that's what here we are using a null value. It is possible for tuples to have a null value denoted by null for some of their attributes. So null signifies unknown. So that's what I told. I don't know your phone numbers or that value does not exist. So the result of any arithmetic expression involving null is a null. Aggregate function simply ignores null value. Suppose if you have a null there, so then you are using a sum. So then the aggregate function sum will remove that null. For duplicate elimination and grouping, null is treated like any other value and two null are assumed to be the same. So alternative, assume each null is different from each other. Both are arbitrary decisions. So we simply follow the SQL. So then what is null value? Comparison with null value returns the special truth value unknown. So if false, we used instead of unknown, we use a not less than 5 or we may use a greater than or equal to 5. Or we may say 3 valued logic using the truth value. So we may use or and not. That's what is a null value says to us. So the same way for modifying the database, we already seen how to use a insert, delete and update. So with respect to expressions, what we have to do? So the deletion required a request in the expressed similar to a query, except instead of displaying tuples to the user, the selected tuples are removed from the database. Can delete only those tuples, cannot delete those which are not particular to the attribute. So deletion expression with respect to expression, what we do is R minus E, where R is a relation and E is a relational algebra query. Then that is what is called as a deletion. So then deletion example. So some examples for the deletion. So I want delete all account records in a Perry Ridge branch. So Perry Ridge name, branch name, Perry Ridge and account. So then this is what delete all account records in a Perry Ridge branch. So in the same way, delete all loan records with the amount in a range of 0 to 50. So then select amount greater than 0 and amount less than or equal to 0 and loan. So this minus loan. So then that's what is called as a range. So then delete all accounts at the branches located in Nidham. So I want those accounts which are located in this particular place to be deleted. So this is how the operation will be done. One is select branch city Nidham and branch name, account number, balance. So then R1, R2, R3. So this is how we do with the deletion. So in the same way, I want to do a insertion. I want to insert a value. So today you are in third semester. As soon as you complete your third semester, you'll go to the fourth semester. So that the third semester DBMS marks, whatever we have, at least in format will take, but we may delete those subjects, or we may insert new subjects. In your fourth semester, whatever new subjects are there, we want to insert. So that's what delete and insert operations can be used. To insert data into a relation, we either specify a tuple to be inserted, write a query whose result is a set of tuples to be inserted. In a relational algebra, an insertion is expressed by R union E, where R is a relation and E is a relational algebra expression. The insertion of a single tuple is expressed by letting E be a constant relation containing one tuple. So then, insert information in the database specifying that Smith has Smith has $1200 in an account of this at a Pereridge branch. So I want to insert this in which branch? In a Pereridge branch. What values I want to insert? I want to insert the A973, and what is the amount? 1200. So this we use it for a deposit. In the same way, that is for account. In a depositor account also we are doing. So same way, provide as a gift for all loan customers in a Pereridge branch 200 say into the saving account. Let the loan number serve all the account number for a new saving accounts. So now what we do? Select branch name equals to Pereridge, borrower, join loan. So the account union, select those columns, that is branch name, account number. What we want to give, we need to select 200 from where? From R1 to the account and store it in an account. And the depositor, in a depositor also select customer name, loan number and R1. Union of this to the depositor and store back into the depositor. Then updating, a mechanism to change a value in a tuple without charging all values in the tuple. Use a generalized projection operator to do this task. That is R projection F1, F2, etc. F, then R. So what is F? The ith attribute of R. If the ith attribute is not updated, or if the attribute is to be updated, Fi is an expression involving only constant and the attribute of R, which gives the new value for the attribute. That is what is called as a updating. So take some more examples on update. Make interest payment by increasing all balance by 5%. So then account, I have to give the interest for the employment in the account balance. How much we have to give? We are giving a 5%. So they'll calculate that, add, multiply whatever there in the balance and display their first name and the branch name. So where AN is a account number and BN is a branch name and BAL is a balance. We need to add a interest to the balance. So then pay all account with the balance over this much, 6% interest, and pay all others 5%. So then that's what account. So then pi, that is projection, account number, balance, branch name and a balance into 1065. Then balance greater than 1000 and account union. So this way. So this is what is called as a update example. So then we require, next operation is a view. So what do we mean by view means? So now if you see your account either in your mobile or in your internet banking, you can see only your details. Same way, that is one view. So another view you can see in your if we go for a bank, and if the bank employee can see all the accounts which are there in that particular bank, and his view is different. That's what here the view says. In some cases, it is not desirable for all user to see the entire logical mode, that is, all the actual relations stored in the database. Consider a person who needs to know a customer's loan number but has no need to see the loan amount. This person should see a relation described in the relational algebra by the project operator, customer name, loan number, from which join both borrower and the loan. So any relation that is not the conceptual mode but is made visible to the user, and that is what is called as a virtual relation and is also called as a view. So how do we define the view definition? So we are using a view is defined using a create view statement, which has the form create view v. We are giving some other name v as query expression, where query expression is any legal relational algebra query expression. The view name is represented by v. Once a view is defined, the view name can be used to refer to the virtual relation that the view generates. View definition is not the same as generating a new relation by evaluating a query expression. So rather, a view definition causes a saving of an expression. The expression is substituted into a query using the view. View example. So let us take one or two example and we'll stop. So view example, consider a view named all customer consisting of branches and their customer. So now I want to create a view. What I want to create view name as a all customer. And what I want in that view, I want names of all the customers where consisting of the branch. So that's what branch name, and the customer from where, from account and depositor natural join, and borrower and loan natural join, and union of those we want to store it in a table called as a all customers. Yes, so this is what one way of creating a view. And even in your lab program also we are creating a view. So in the last programs we are creating. We can find all customers of the Perry Ridge branch by writing like this. I want select branch name as Perry Ridge from where all customer and their name. That's what is a view. I'll stop here. Then we'll continue in the next class. But still we have time, right? Still it is 12:35. But so let us just brief out what we have done today. So we have started with relational algebra, and we have seen about union operation. How do we represent a union operation with respect to taking one example, and what is a symbol, or how we are saying with the tuples. So then set difference, minus operation. What is this minus operation? So then the same way intersection operation. Intersection means common. So you can see with respect to example which are intersection which are present in both the relation. It is present in a R relation as well as it is present in a S relation. Those things are required, that is R intersection S. So then what is this Cartesian product? So all the elements which are present in both the sets, in R set as well as in S set, we will get that. That is what is called as a Cartesian product. Then we have something called as a banking example. Then branch, customer, account, loan, depositor, and borrower. We have seen this banking one example, and how many tables or how many relations are there in bank. So bank is one tape, branch is one tape, one relation, customer is another relation, account is another relation, loan is another relation, depositor is another relation, and borrower is another relation. And we have seen some examples on that, finding the loan over a 1200. And we are able in first find out that, then find out the loan number. So that's what we have seen. First find out the thing. In the same way, find out all the customers for both the borrower as well as depositor and union. So then the intersection operation. Then we have a Perry-Ridge branch and find out the names of all customers. So find the names of all customers who have an loan at a Perry-Ridge branch but do not have an account at any branch. So then we have seen same query can be written in a two different format. This is one format where we can write, and this is the other format what we have seen we can write. Similarly, we may use a rename operator also. And we have seen about a relational expression. How do we represent a relational expression? That is even and E2. So even union E2, even minus E2, even Cartesian product of E2, then select predicate even, project even, a row even. And we have seen how we are doing a natural join, division and assignment. And how is a natural join done? So this is what the symbol used for a natural join. And we have seen one example how the natural join is being done. Simply how we are joining, same way we are joining, but which are all present in R relation and which are also present in S relation. Those two are combined, then that is what is called as a natural join. So in the same way, division operation. So we have seen with taking an example, R is divided by S. R relation is divided by S, and what is a leftover element? Alpha and beta are the leftover element after division operation. And we have seen about assignment operator. How do we assign the operators? So then examples also we have seen, that is depositor and depositor natural join with the account and depositor natural join with the account, but we are comparing the branch name as a downtown and branch name as a uptown, and whichever common, select them. So that's what the query one we are doing. Same way, we have seen some more example, and we have started with the additional general operations. One is generalized projection, outer join, aggregate function. So then what is generalized projection? We are extending the projection. Projection, what it is doing, it will select the columns. Same way here also, this is being done for the arithmetic expressions also. We can do some operations with respect to expressions, relational expressions. Same way, take an example and the function, we can use an average, we can use a minimum, we can use a maximum, we can use a sum, we can use a count. So then aggregate operations. So then R and S. So relation R, G sum of S. So that's how the sum function is used. The same way sum function for the aggregate operation. So then we have seen about outer join, how we are combining. These are the two relations, one is loan and one is borrower. Inner join, what we do, which are common in both the tables, similar like your intersection. So the left outer join, all the elements which are present in both the table and present in the loan. So that is what a left outer join. And right outer join, what it will do, all common in both the tables and left over in a borrower table. So then full outer join, in both the tables, take all the rows. So that is what a full outer join we have seen. And we have seen what to write when we don't know the values. Then we represent a null. And we have seen about a modification of database, that is deletion, insertion and update. And deletion, we have seen how do we represent with respect to relational algebra expression. And we have seen some examples on that. In the same way, insertion also, how we do the insertion operation. So then we have seen some examples on insertion as well as update. So I want to update today, you are in third semester. After some days or some months, you will be moving on to the updating, moving from update from third to fourth. Then I have to change from third to fourth, then we may use a update command. And we have seen, I want to update a bank with an interest. So the bank people, whatever amount you have in your bank, every 3 months they will be paying you depositing a interest into your account. So for that, how do we do it? So multiply a balance with the interest amount given and add that to the account. So this is what one example we have seen with respect to update. And we have started seeing what is view. So, and we have seen what is the syntax we are using to create a view definition. And this is what the view example. And we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next class.